Hi guys, welcome to the channel Strange Man. Today I want to tell you a story, enjoy watching. What's your biggest regret? Story 1. I was madly in love with a friend of mine. She had always known I had feelings for her and vice versa, but I never tried anything, because either she was seeing someone or I was. Bad timing. Then it happened. I was single for a while and she just got out of a relationship. So we started hanging out a lot. Then one day she asked if I wanted to stay the night. I was so happy to be able to sleep next to her. I wasn't going to try anything because I wanted to respect her and not rush her into a relationship. But damn did I want to f her. So that night, we're talking the whole night, about anything and everything. It gets late and we're getting ready for bed. I had jeans and a t-shirt on and she had a tight tank top on and booty shorts. So I crawl in bed and she says jeans aren't allowed in my bed. And I'm confused. If they weren't allowed, then I'd have to take my pants off. I tell her this and she said she doesn't care. No jeans. So I take them off. And while I knew she liked me, I didn't think she wanted to f me. And I just went to bed. Younger me, you oblivious Edit. Cheese and rice, this really blew up. Thank you everyone for the comments. It's good to know I'm not the only moron. Story 2. So for this story it's important to know that as a high school kid I was ridiculously awkward and shy. Complete and total cringe level, but here goes. In high school, about 16 years old or so, had just finished an extracurricular contest with group and we were eating out at Pizza Hut. Finished up and the teachers paid out. I opted to go get myself a refill of my drink before we left, and walked up and asked the girl working at the counter, about the same age as me, for one. Her response, so, can I get your number? Me, I don't have a phone. Her, what about a house phone? Me, we don't have a phone at my house. Her, what about a friend's phone? Me, in full panic mode now, I don't have any friends. I ran out the door in a panic, didn't even take my drink refill from the counter. Story 3. TLDR made me look like a murderer. Oh god, here we go. I had just gotten a new car at this time. Nothing fancy, just a 2007 Toyota Camry. But it was nice and fresh and clean, new car smell, all that good stuff. Well, this one Filipino chick had just broken up with her baby daddy, so she was on the market. And me and her had already been for a few weeks. She was a great lay, hot, knew what she was doing, indescribably awesome, everything just perfect. So this regret isn't necessarily because of who I had with. If I haven't made that point clear enough, here's my mistake. On this particular night, we meet up and decide to go park in one of our usual spots and bang. We've done it in my old car plenty of times, never a problem. Back seats offer plenty of room. And both of our houses are off limits because we each live with family. Anyway, we park, hop in the back of my brand new car, and have amazing We move back to the front, smoke a cigarette, and I take her home. I should point out, this is at night time, 12 a.m. Anyway, I get home, leave the car, and go inside to shower. Take off my pants and oh look, some red. Got a little bit of blood on me. Nothing new, it's happened with other partners before too. Sometimes the just tears or periods start. Nature is nature, so at this point I ain't tripping about it. Well, the next morning I wake up to go to work, get dressed, walk out to my car. And when I looked in the back seat, it was a damn crime scene. There was so much blood you would have guessed a triple homicide took place back there. Somehow I didn't notice it or smell it in the dark of the night. But there it was, my brand new fresh interior, all orangish brownish colored with blood all over the back seats. And bloody handprints all over the front seats and headrests from wherever our hands were touching during coitus. I was so devastated because I literally already got my car filthy with some chick's blood. I mean, I wasn't disgusted about it. Just angry at myself for thinking I should in my new car. It gets worse. A few days later. Yep, I let it set a few days. Had to go to work and was busy all week. Stupid, I know. Anyways, a few days later, instead of reading how to properly remove blood from car seats, I took it upon myself to grab a soapy wet rag and got to scrubbing. Yup, scrubbed the blood deeper into the seats and over a wider surface area because I'm a dumbass and thought rag plus mess equals clean. After realizing my mess had gotten worse, I went online and only then did I learn the error of my ways. So after realizing I f***ed up bad, I find out about hydrogen peroxide's use in removing blood from interiors. So I go to Walmart and buy 5 metric loads, MSLs, of hydrogen peroxide, go back home. and start dumping it into the seats. It was pretty cool watching the peroxide dissolve the blood and whiten like magic in the seats. As I'm letting the peroxide do its thing, I shit you not, a cop drives by, I'm street parked, and stops next to my car. I'm worried about the weed and MDMA I have in my car, so I kinda threw it all under the seats and figured I'm in the clear, completely oblivious to the fact that it looks like I'm covering up a murder. So the cop rolls down his window and asks what's going on back there. To his credit, it was very visibly reddish orange, suspicious looking. And not wanting to tell the true story, I just say I spilled coke everywhere and I'm getting the stains out. While he seriously asks me, you spilled what? And then I'm like, oh shit, not coke like cocaine but like Coca-Cola, and he kinda just gives me a look like well, I figured that. So I keep digging myself into a deeper hole at this point. Then he gets out the car and says something on his radio. I'm super paranoid because I don't want him to search the car and find my weed and ecstasy, or I'm in real shit then. He asks me why my seats look like someone bled all over them, and I'm freaking the f out but keeping my cool. And then I kinda realize how stupid it is to lie about my situation. I mean, the cop's a dude, he'll get it. So I tell him I backed a chick back there and she left a mess, or rather I made one, I guess. He just busts up laughing his ass off. And when the second patrol car he radioed shows up, he wastes no time in spreading the story. And soon, 2 other officers are laughing because they thought they were showing up to a possible crime scene. And I thought they were gonna search my car and get me for possession. So we're all laughing with great relief at this point. Anyway, they eventually leave. I drive my car into my garage, plug in the wet vac, and start clean out the orange water from my seats. After letting the seats air dry for 2 days, bombing them with Febreze, and revacuuming, everything looks good as new, and hydrogen peroxide is truly a lifesaver. Told the chick about the whole thing and she laughed her ass off about it, stating that she wasn't on her period but she got home and noticed she was bloody. Must have been a tear or something. But man, that whole week I was regretting my actions so severely. I guess in that sense, it's my biggest regret. Not the person I did it with, but the location I chose to do it. Story 4. I had a very close female friend for about 3 years I was desperately in love with. She never outright returned my feelings, but we had many encounters of the budding adolescent variety that I hoped one day would end up with P&V. One night she fights with her mother and comes over to my house. She asks if she can stay over. Not a problem, I say. She insists we sleep in the same bed. When getting ready for bed, she strikes up a conversation about how she usually sleeps topless and asks if I'd mind. Of course not, I say. What could be more natural between 2 good friends? During the course of going to sleep, she makes herself into a small spoon and slides my hand up over her left breast and lies there. I assume this is part of what normal friends would do, and ignoring my own comfort, I fall asleep. We wake the next morning to her mother banging on the door and she is dragged home. Our night together forgotten. Another time with the same girl and a very attractive friend of hers. We are about 17 and sharing a bottle of cheap vodka someone stole from somewhere. And the 2 of them begin to make out and teasingly try to get me to join it. They compare breast sizes in front of me and make jokey comments about how being a room like this must have me hard as a rock. I defended myself, wanting to be cool. It takes way more than this to get me going. And I sat at that table in that completely parent-free caravan at the back of the yard sipping vodka and watching them trying to entice me, resisting their charms like a boss. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, you can subscribe to the channel and watch the video on the screen.